Just like learning the alphabet and phonics are the fundamental skills needed to eventually read and write, or identifying numbers and learning to add and subtract are the fundamental skills needed to earn and pay, the development of fundamental motor skills is critical if children are to be motivated to move with confidence and competence in a wide variety of activities and environments, developing them as a whole person. Without the development of these fundamental skills, many children and youth choose to withdraw from an active lifestyle, turning to more inactive and unhealthy choices during their leisure time. And although many children develop good physical skills on their own, there are many who do not. It's a myth if you think it just happens. Physical literacy is cultivating the motivation, confidence, and competence in children to stay active for life. It begins with developing the fundamental movement skills during growing years that include body control skills, body movement skills, and object manipulation skills. So if anyone still wonders why we ought to be physically literate, it's because the process of acquiring knowledge and understanding it is embodied in action. Our education system has consigned movement, emotion, and thinking to separate compartments. But science today tells us another story. Our body learns to predict our movements before we execute them so that we control our movements better. This mental process of predicting, sequencing, ordering, timing, and practicing a task before carrying it out is deep-rooted in all motor activities. And we now understand our brain makes such predictive corrective actions regardless of whether it's dealing with a gross motor task sequence or a mentally rehearsed task sequence. The relationship between movement and learning is so strong that it pervades all of life, with emotions intertwined into the mix as well. The brain is not a tape recorder simply recording everything that comes its way. The brain is choosy. Every movement of the body provides sensory feedback for the brain to process. To maximize learning and use these sensory inputs effectively, the brain looks for 4 key stimuli. Is the experience novel? For newness is refreshing. Is there repeated exposure? For repetition makes learning permanent. Is it complex? For the body is designed to move and think at the same time, and complex movements allow for greater cognition. Does it make you feel good? For ultimately, we repeat actions only when the feedback is emotionally positive. That is why it is so crucial never to make exercising a punishment. It's embarrassing that with all the scientific evidence we have, the dominant model for formal learning is still sit and get. The body is the means by which ideas and aims are carried out, and therefore it must become both sensitive and proficient. Movement helps us turn inspiring thoughts into positive actions. Maverick Fit Kits is based on the scientific foundation of gross motor cognition and neuroplasticity to groom the multiple intelligence in children and enhance their rhythmic ability with an innovative physical literacy curriculum for schools from kindergarten to grade 12. Our children deserve to be physically literate. Come, let's join hands to make their dreams a reality. Maverick,